Man, you ever mess something up so bad it becomes everybody's problem? That's what China did. In space. They didn't just break something. They broke space. So back in 2007, China's like, we're going to test our anti-satellite missile. And the rest of the world's like, cool, that sounds reasonable. Then China's like, yeah, we're just going to blow up one of our own satellites. And the whole planet went, wait, what? They launched this rocket, hit a satellite dead on, boom, and instantly created the largest space junk storm in history. Thousands of pieces. Little bits of death just orbiting Earth forever. Like cosmic glitter, but deadly. And they're just like, test successful. Yeah, successful for who, bro? You just turned orbit into a scrapyard. NASA's like, we're tracking the debris. Track it? You need to dodge it. That explosion made so much junk, it's still up there right now, 18 years later, flying around at 17,000 miles an hour. Every few months, some satellite gets hit, and Earth's like, who did that? And space whispers, China. You ever walk into someone's messy house and they're like, I'm working on it? That's space now. You can't launch nothing without worrying about getting stabbed by communist confetti. They blew up one satellite, one, and made 40,000 pieces of debris big enough to track. And that's just the big stuff. There's millions of smaller pieces. Screws, paint chips, little death frisbees. Space right now looks like someone exploded a junkyard around Earth. And the best part, they didn't even warn anybody. They just pressed the button like, surprise y'all. The US was like, what the hell, man? You could have hit our stuff. And China's like, relax, it's fine. Yeah, tell that to the weather satellite that got slapped in 2013. Bro, they made space shrapnel. You can't even see it coming. It's invisible doom. A tiny metal bolt flying faster than a bullet. You can't dodge that. It's like getting sniped by karma. NASA had to literally reprogram satellites to avoid that junk. They call it collision avoidance. Sounds fancy, but it just means run for your life. Every time that debris cloud passes by, the ISS crew gets an alert. Warning, debris approaching. And they have to hide in the escape capsule. That's right. Astronauts trained for 10 years, traveled 250 miles up, and they still have to duck and cover like they're in a space school drill. Now here's what's wild. This isn't even just China's problem anymore. That junk's everybody's junk now. It's floating in orbit forever. Like that one bad text you can't delete. You can't clean it up, you can't shoot it down, you just pray it doesn't hit anything expensive. The US military tracks over 30,000 pieces of debris now. That's just the big stuff, the size of baseballs. But there's millions more, like grains of rice flying at Mach 25. Every few months, there's a close call. Some satellite just barely misses a screw. And you know that engineers sitting there, sweating like, please not again. And it gets better. A few years later, China denies it was a big deal. They go, yes, there is debris, but it is manageable. Manageable? Bro, you made the universe messy. This ain't a spill, this is a crime scene. They didn't just break one thing, they broke everything. That debris cloud spread so far, it crossed orbits of hundreds of satellites. Communication, weather, GPS, all in danger. All because somebody at the PLA said, yo, let's test the missile. It's like throwing a rock into your own windshield to test how strong it is. And now we're all driving blind. You know, somewhere at NASA, there's a guy who's just done. He's like, I didn't go to school for 20 years to play cosmic dodgeball. Every mission now needs a debris avoidance plan. SpaceX, ISS, the Hubble. All of them have to move out of the way when that junk cloud comes by. We built the most advanced machines in history just to play intergalactic Frogger. Elon Musk's Starlink satellites keep getting hit too. And you know Elon's at home like, I'm not mad, just disappointed. And then you got other countries trying to one-up China. India's like, we can do that too. No, you can't. We don't need another season of Space Jackass. There are people down here trying to solve world hunger. And up there, they're playing orbital bumper cars. And you know what's crazy? They didn't even clean it up. They were like, the wind will take care of it. Bruh. There's no wind in space. That's not how orbits work. That junk's still circling the Earth every 90 minutes, waiting to ruin somebody's billion-dollar day. NASA calls this the Kessler syndrome. Sounds like a cocktail, but it's actually a nightmare. It means if too much junk hits other junk, it creates more junk, and eventually Earth's orbit becomes unusable. Like, you can't go to space anymore. We'll be grounded forever. That's humanity's legacy. Turned low Earth orbit into a cosmic landfill. Future archaeologists going to look up and say, what happened here? And the answer is going to be, we sneezed too hard while flexing. Meanwhile, China's official response was basically, oops. No apology, no cleanup, no solution, just vibes. They were like, debris no longer our concern. Yeah, no kidding. It's above everyone's heads now. You ever mess up a group project and pretend you don't see the emails? That's China right now. They ghosted the galaxy. And you know some Russian general probably clapped. Ha, finally, not us this time. But the funniest part, a few years later, China's satellites started getting hit by their own debris. That's karma with orbital velocity. They had to maneuver around their own mess. It's like stepping on your own Lego collection, but it costs $200 million. One of their weather satellites got smacked in 2013, and the official statement was, an unconfirmed foreign object impacted the satellite. Yeah, it was you, bro. You hit yourself. And here's the real punchline. All this junk is so bad that if we ever wanted to build something big up there, like a space hotel or a Mars ship, we might not be able to, because you'd get hit by space trash before you could finish putting the roof on. Imagine explaining that to aliens. Hey, why can't you leave your planet? Well, we broke orbit. Even aliens would be like, damn, y'all need Jesus and janitors. I swear, this is the most human thing ever. We didn't even make it 60 years into space travel before turning orbit into a cosmic Walmart parking lot. You ever see those pictures of Earth from space? All those dots circling it? Yeah, half of those are trash. Our planet's basically wearing a ring made of garbage. Saturn's got beauty, we got junk bling. You could look up right now and somewhere above you is a 2-inch screw traveling 17,000 miles an hour because somebody couldn't keep their missile to themselves. That's how fragile everything is. One country's test, and now the whole planet's playing cosmic minesweeper. You know what's going to happen next, right? Some billionaire's going to start a company called Space Janitors, Inc. They'll be like, we'll clean orbit for only $5 billion a month, and we'll all clap because we made the mess, and now we'll pay to fix it. Capitalism, baby. But real talk, this story is hilarious and depressing at the same time because it shows how we never learn. We always think, what's the worst that can happen? And the universe goes, oh, I'll show you. So yeah, China made history. They didn't explore space. They cluttered it. They made the biggest mess in the solar system, and it's still up there haunting us. And every time I see a shooting star now, I don't make a wish. I duck.